going on, guys? It's Greg. So today's video I wanted to show you Berry's, my baby red-eyed tree frog setup. She is in a mini Exoterra bioactive planted vivarium. I just redid it and it's a bit of an upgrade from what she used to be in, so I figured I would show it off to you guys. Let's get started. So here it is. This is my baby red-eyed tree frog setup. If you didn't see the video I had him in, I will post it in the description. This is an Exoterra mini tall tank. I believe the dimensions are 8x8x12, but I'm not positive. This is a bioactive setup, meaning it has a cleanup crew. The cleanup crew consists of springtails at the moment. This tank used to house my fire-belly toad that is like 10 years old now. I actually just changed its setup because recently my Fowler's toad passed away of old age. So I have it in a critter keeper, a large, short critter keeper right now. Since the fire-belly toad is like a senior frog, I guess now, it hasn't been climbing as much. So I put it in the shorter tank and it's really enjoying it, and it's been burrowing in the moss and stuff in there. So what I did to renovate this tank and make it suitable for the tree frog is I cleaned all the glass with vinegar, so it's pet safe. It's a pet safe cleaning product, just to get some of the water stains off and whatever gunk might have been on the glass. I took off most of the substrate, most of the soil, most of the eco earth. I took it out and replaced it and put some moss and leaf litter down. I didn't do all of it because like the very bottom of this, you can't really see it, but the toad never really went down there. And I didn't have enough without that, so it doesn't really matter. The red-eyed tree frog is not a burrowing species anyway, so it won't come in contact with that soil, but the chances of it being contaminated with anything are slim to nothing because my toad is very healthy. It's been living for years. So here it is. It just has a front opening door like all Exoterras do, but because it's a smaller tank, they only have one door on it. As you can see, it's all live plants. Again, that's what naturalistic terrariums and bioactive terrariums typically have. I have a shallow water dish in here. I haven't seen berries in it, but it's there to help keep up the humidity. I have some magnolia leaves that are shredded on the bottom just for the isopods to go and live under. I have some live sphagnum moss in the back corners. So I have 3 plants in here. I have this, I don't know what it is. It's some kind of, it kind of almost is like in the bromeliad family. I don't know if it is, but it all comes out of like the shoots in the center. I had to strip the stem for it to fit in here and not take up the entire area, and I did have to clip the leaves in the front because it was touching the door and I just didn't like how it was. But now it's doing great. It adds a lot of foliage for the tree frog to hide in, and it looks great. And then I have a pothos plant that was actually in here from when the fire-belly toad was in. It's in the back. You can see the stems back here and some of the leaves poking out in the various corners. I have a coconut fiber background, so it's kind of just like a coconut fiber mat that's attached to the back. And then I have this little mini palm tree. I don't know what kind of palm it is. I think it might be a baby majesty palm, but I'm not positive. All of these plants were grown in pet-safe soil, so no pesticides or anything that can harm the animal, but I did also remove any excess soil and wash the plants thoroughly before putting them in the tank just in case. And I do have a flexible vine that I put from the corner to the side with some suction cups, and I kind of just twisted it around, just adding some more texture and climbing spaces for the tree frog. And you can see the shadow of Berries right here, but she is actually sleeping on top of this leaf. There, you can see her. So a lot of tree frog species, especially the red-eyed tree frog, when they sleep, they fold themselves up kind of like this, tucking their legs under their body, closing their eyes, and they are just bright green during the day, and they kind of camouflage really well, and they look like leaves. So she has grown a bit since the last video. She's been eating great. She's feeding on small crickets, and you can see she's definitely gaining some size. Again, I'm not positive on the gender, but I've been calling it a she, and the name comes from one of my friends. Oh! And you can see tree frogs have sticky pads on their feet so they can stick to the glass, so it does give them extra climbing space. It's not like a leopard gecko or some other creatures that kind of just have to take up the floor space and whatever they can climb on. Basically all the walls it climbs on as well. So I think this setup would be good to house one adult red-eyed tree frog but I am going to upgrade the setup definitely, probably to a 12 by 12 by 18 Exoterra, maybe to a 20-gallon long turned up on its side, but oh, she just peed on me. Yeah, frogs pee a lot, but I am definitely going to be upgrading because I do want to pick up a couple more of these guys, and I do believe that your pets should almost always be in a larger setup than they require. So I'm just going to make her jump back into the tank. There she goes, and this pee is dripping down my arm. So I always urge to sanitize your hands before and after handling amphibians like frogs, salamanders, newts, anything like that, because they can pick up on anything that's on our hands and it can harm their delicate skin. So I'm just going to give you a kind of closer up view of this setup. Just so you know, normally red-eyed tree frogs are nocturnal, but she is awake right now because I just had her out. So I do have a Exoterra compact fluorescent top on. I think it's, if you can see, it's an Exoterra UV bulb to help the plants grow. Got a humidity gauge and it's reading about 75% humidity. And you know, here's the froggy. Beautiful like always. And some of the plants. Sorry for the shakiness, I have to hold it for this part. But here you can see a better view. There's the water bowl, substrate, climbing room. So that's it with this video, guys. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below some video suggestions and what you'd like to see in the future. All my social media will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.